Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I'm a homeschool mom to 3 kids, ages 10, 4, and 2. Today, I'm going to be doing a library book haul. Today's video is a collaboration with Stephanie over at Yes We Homeschool. If you don't know Stephanie, you really should. She is hilarious, she is down to earth, and she is somebody that I love talking with. We've really connected over on Instagram lately, and her reels on Instagram are so good. So I know that you'll enjoy her channel. Definitely go check her out. I will link her channel down below. And yeah, let's get started. So I have a ton of library books. We tend to go to the library and check out a bunch of books, probably upwards of 50 books. We check out at a time, depends, but I like to just go once, get a bunch of books for the whole month, and then go once again to return and get more books. I don't like making tons of trips to the library. So I have a lot of books to get through. I'm trying not to make this too long, but we shall see. So going into this library trip in particular, I was looking for pond books for a pond unit study that we were doing, and also American history books, because that is what we're doing for history this year, and I love to add in extra books to our history. We're going to start with pond books first, and the first book I have is Otters Love to Play. This is just a sweet story about otters. It follows a family of otters with little babies and just kind of shows you how they live. There's a story, but also some facts trickled in there as well, which I like, and it's beautifully illustrated, and it goes through an entire year of these little otters. A different kind of pond is a really sweet story about a father and son, and they are from Vietnam and they live in America, and life is hard for them in America. His dad works a couple different jobs, but they go fishing for food every morning, and so his son goes along with him and kind of learns how to do it and all of that, and kind of helps to provide for their family that way. And it's just a really sweet story of father and son. Mere One Cattail is a kind of rhyming story, which I love. It's kind of like a poem, and it's just talking about pond life and what you can discover there. Frogs by Gail Gibbons. Now, Gail Gibbons is one of my favorite younger child nonfiction writers. We have a couple of her books for other unit studies that we've done. She does a really great job at presenting factual information in a young childlike way. So this is all about frogs and their development, and just packed full of information about frogs. Beyond the Pond is a story of imagination. It's about a little boy and his dog, and they are trying to figure out how deep the pond is in their backyard. And they realize that it is a bottomless pond. There's no end to it. So they go diving in the pond, and they end up coming up on the other side, which is a completely different world. And it's just all about imagination, and it's just a fun little story. Soar High Dragonfly is a factual book about dragonflies. It talks about their life cycle. It follows this dragonfly as he develops, and he has metamorphosis and all of that through all of his stages. And it's just a really pretty book. It's like a story, but with facts all in one. Duck Pond is just a fictional story about a pond and all the animals that live there. It's just basically talking about life at a pond and ducks and pond creatures. I don't know what else to say. It's a really sweet story though. It's got pretty illustrations. So I got a couple books for myself. The first one is Better Together, Strengthen Your Family, Simplify Your Homeschool, and Savor the Subjects That Matter Most. This has been on my list to read, and I love reading homeschool books because they inspire me, they give me a positive boost. So I'm excited to read this one. Home Learning Year by Year. So I've been seeing this book go around, and basically it's like a breakdown by grade on what children should be learning or should know. It gives you kind of some book list ideas of different topics to teach them, and different resources. So I decided to pick this up just so I could kind of go through it and just check some things out, see about some of the book lists and resources. I have skimmed through it a little bit. So far, I really like all of the book recommendations and the study recommendations. However, the whole like breakdown of what kids should be, like what point they should be at, what level, where they should be at by grade level is kind of stressing me out a little bit, if I'm honest. I've never been somebody that tries to keep up with grade level per se with homeschooling. I'm very much go at your kid's pace, meet your child where they're at kind of person. However, when it's laid out this way, it's hard not to get a little bit stressed out about it with different areas that your kids may not be at. I just want to urge you that wherever they're at is fine, and they will get to where they need to be on their own time. So if you do get this book, just be aware of that and try not to get discouraged by it. But some of the things in here is very, very helpful. Okay, now we're gonna move on to like the fun books. So my daughter grabbed like a bunch of reptile books. They're just like thinner kind of nonfiction picture books. So she has those all in her room. They're all about like Komodo dragons and chameleons and snakes and all of that. So I'm not gonna go grab those, but she has those. She's been reading those on her own time. We got Earth Matters, and this is an encyclopedia of ecology. So we're doing ecosystems with science this year, and I thought this book would be very helpful because it talks all about the different kind of biomes, like the polar Arctic biome. It talks about the savannas and the desert and the prairies and the mountains and the jungles and all of the places. It talks about agriculture in that area, how people live and make a living in that area. It talks about different animals there. And then it also touches on conservation and taking care of the planet, which I like as well. So this is a fun book we're going to kind of utilize with our science study this year. Little Dandelion Seeds the World. Now this is a picture book about how dandelion seeds travel the world, and it's really, really beautifully illustrated. It's just a really fun story. It's just for fun to read, and it's sweet. The Old Truck. This is a book that's part of the Blossom and Root Early Years Volume 1. This is the first picture book in the unit. We have not started early years yet. I'm still kind of trying to balance all the other things we're doing with homeschooling, but I am planning on adding that in, and so some of the books in there are really, really sweet, and I definitely want to read some. So this is the first one, and it's all about an old truck. This is a stack of books by Kobe Yamada. I was influenced to get these from Christina over at Rooted Homeschool. She did a book haul video, and these piqued my interest. They're picture books, all by the same author, and they're all about presenting tough topics to kids. They're beautifully illustrated. Like the illustrations will blow your mind. They're just beautiful. But the topics themselves are outstanding. So Trying is about trying and failing, which I think is a hard concept for kids to understand and be okay with. What Do You Do with a Chance is all about how to take advantage of opportunities. What Do You Do with a Problem is all about not ignoring your problems and just dealing with them head on, because in the end the problem might not be as big as you think it is. And What Do You Do with an Idea? And this is all about an idea that might be like lingering and you're not really sure what to do or how to make this idea come to life, or you know, that kind of thing, and you maybe some people think the idea is silly. These are beautiful stories, beautifully illustrated, beautifully written. So I probably will add these to our actual home library. I just checked them out because they were there and they're really sweet. Nibbles, the Dinosaur Guide. So Nibbles is somebody that we're familiar with. Nibbles is an Usborne book series, and I'm an Usborne book consultant. So we have read Nibbles, but we do not have this Nibbles. Nibbles and the Dinosaur Guide. So Nibbles a book monster, and he likes to eat his way through pages of books and into other people's stories. So he actually eats his way into a dinosaur like field guide. This is a really good story. It's funny, it's engaging. You have to like find Nibbles through the pages. There are like actual flaps inside, and also like holes through the pages. If you can see there, like holes through the pages of where he went. And these are just really silly and fun. So those are all of our library books for this trip. Whew! It's a lot of books to get through. Like I said, I love books. So I hope you guys enjoyed this library book haul. Be sure to check out my girl Stephanie's video. I will link her down below. And as always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.